You're sitting in your car, in the parking lot at work. It's 7:53 a.m. You have 7 minutes before you need to clock in, and you're just staring at the steering wheel. Not because you're tired. Well, you are tired, but, that's not why. You're doing the math. You're doing the math on how many hours you need to work this month just to make the payment on the thing you're literally sitting in. 68 hours. 68 hours of your life just to own the machine that gets you to the place where you trade more hours for money. And here's the thing that makes you feel crazy. Nobody else seems to think this is insane. Your coworker just bought a truck. $847 a month. 84 months. He showed you pictures like he just had a baby, and you smiled. You said, "Nice man." But inside, you're thinking, wait, that's $70,000 for a thing that loses value the second you drive it. But you can't say that, because you have a payment too. We all do. My name is Bill Broke, and I spend way too much time thinking about why we're all driving ourselves into financial prison. Literally. If you're someone who feels like you're working just to afford the stuff that gets you to work, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because what I'm about to show you is not some like Dave Ramsey rant about how you need to drive a 1997 Corolla and eat beans. This is about the psychology of why smart people like you, keep making the same financial mistake over and over. And it's not because you're dumb. It's because the trap is designed so well, you don't even know you're in it. Here's what nobody tells you about car payments. They're not just a monthly bill. They're a monthly identity. Let me explain what I mean. When you finance a car, you're not buying transportation. You're buying a story about who you are. I'm the type of person who drives a blank. And that story costs you, let's just do the actual math real quick because this is where it gets dark. Average car payment in America right now, $739 a month. Okay, that's $8,868 a year. Now, here's where your brain tries to protect you. Your brain goes, yeah, but I need a car, so what's the alternative? And that's the trap, because you're comparing a $739 payment to nothing, to walking, to riding a bike in the snow. You're not comparing it to the actual alternative, which is a $12,000 used car that you buy in cash. Let's say you do that instead. You take that $739 a month and you invest it. 7% average return. Standard market stuff. You know what that is in 10 years? $127,000. $127,000. That's not retirement. That's not save for your future nonsense. That is walking away money. That is, I quit money. That is, I'm taking 6 months off to figure out what I actually want to do with my life. Money? But instead, you're driving to a job you're not sure you even like in a car that costs more than your freedom. And look, I know what you're thinking. But Bill, my car is reliable. I need something safe. I have kids. I can't just drive some beater. I get it. I'm not saying go buy a death trap. What I'm saying is, your brain is lying to you about what reliable means. Here's the psychological trick the car industry figured out decades ago. It's called the Diderot effect. Some French philosopher bought a fancy robe, and then suddenly his old furniture looked like garbage. You see where this goes. You get the promotion, you get the raise, and your current car, the one that was fine yesterday, suddenly feels beneath you. You've leveled up. The car needs to match. But here's the thing. The car doesn't match your income. It matches your ego. And your ego is expensive. Your ego doesn't do the math on opportunity cost. Your ego doesn't calculate what you're giving up. Your ego just knows that Sarah in accounting drives a new Audi and you're still in a 2015 Honda. And that feeling, that tiny, stupid, annoying feeling, that feeling costs $127,000. Can I be honest for a second? The thing that gets me about car payments isn't even the money. Well, it is the money, but it's more than that. It's what they do to your life. When you have a car payment, you have golden handcuffs. You can't leave the job, even if your boss is a nightmare, even if you're miserable, even if there's something else you'd rather be doing, because you have payments, car payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, and here's where it gets really twisted. The nicer the car, the nicer the job has to be to justify it. So you convince yourself you like the job. You tell yourself it's not that bad. At least I have a nice car. But you're not driving a nice car. You're driving a very expensive reason to stay stuck. I didn't get this for the longest time. I thought I was just, being responsible, making the payment every month, never late, building credit. But I wasn't building anything. I was renting my own freedom back from the bank at 6.5% interest. Here's the part that might sound harsh, but you need to hear it. Your car is not a reflection of your success. It's a reflection of your insecurity. I know, that sounds mean, but think about it. Who are you trying to impress? Your neighbors? They're not thinking about you. Your coworkers? They're worried about their own payments? Your parents? They probably think you're overspending. The only person who cares about your car is you. And even you stop caring after 3 months. That new car smell, gone. That feeling of pride when you first drove it, replaced by the feeling of dread when the payment's due. But we don't talk about that part. We only talk about the first part, the excitement, the upgrade, the I made it feeling, which lasts what, maybe 6 weeks? And then you're stuck with it for 6 years. Okay, so what do you actually do about this? Because I'm not just here to make you feel bad. Well, maybe a little, but mostly I want to give you an exit strategy. Number 1, stop calculating monthly payments. I'm serious, the dealership will show you everything as a monthly payment. It's only $600 a month. It's only $700 a month. Only. They use that word on purpose. Here's what you do instead. You calculate the total cost. Not the payment, the total. So if it's $600 a month for 72 months, that's $43,200. Say the number out loud, $43,200. Does that car feel worth it now? Maybe, but probably not. Number 2, drive your car until it becomes a problem, not until it becomes an embarrassment. This is the thing that separates people who build wealth from people who look wealthy. A car is supposed to break down before you replace it, not before your friends think less of you, not before it doesn't match your lifestyle, until it literally costs more to fix than it's worth. And I know that sounds extreme, but here's the reality. Every single year you delay buying a new car is another year you're not in debt, another year you're investing that payment, another year you're building walking away money. Number 3, if you absolutely have to finance the smallest amount for the shortest time possible, not the biggest amount you qualify for. The bank will tell you that you can afford a $50,000 car. The bank is not your friend. The bank makes money when you stretch the payment out over 7 years. You make money when you pay it off in 2. Or better yet, you buy the $15,000 car in cash and you never talk to the bank at all. Number 4, and this one might sound weird, but stay with me. Stop hanging out with people who make you feel poor. I'm serious. If your friend group is constantly upgrading cars, houses, watches, whatever, your brain will think that's normal, and you will participate, not because you want to, but because status anxiety is a real thing, and it will bankrupt you. Find people who brag about their investment accounts, not their interest rates. Find people who get excited about paid-off cars, not new ones. This isn't about being cheap. This is about being free. Number 5, and this is the one nobody wants to hear. Buy boring cars. Not fun cars, not cool cars, boring cars. The kind of car that nobody notices. The kind of car that just works. Because here's the secret that took me way too long to figure out. Rich people drive boring cars. Not always, but more often than you think. Because they realize that cars are just tools to get from point A to point B, and you don't finance a Hammer for 7 years. Let me show you one more thing, because I want this to really sink in. Let's say you're 28 years old. You have 2 choices. Choice A, you finance a new car, $650 a month. You do this for the rest of your working life. Every 6 years, you trade it in and get a new one. Choice B, you buy used cars in cash. You invest the $650 a month instead. By the time you're 65, Choice A, you've spent $290,000 on cars, and you own one car worth maybe $15,000. Choice B, you've spent $90,000 on cars, and you have $1.4 million in investments. $1.4 million. That's not a typo. That's the difference between retiring at 65 and retiring at 50. Or not retiring at all because of a car, a thing that sits in your driveway 90% of the time. And look, maybe you think I'm being dramatic. Maybe you think the numbers don't apply to you, but they do. They always do. Every single person I know who's stuck in a job they hate has car payments. Every single one. And it's not a coincidence. And here's the part that makes me genuinely sad. People spend their entire lives in survival mode. They work jobs they don't love to make payments on things they don't need, and they think that's just how life is, but it's not. You have more control than you think. The car payment isn't the problem. The problem is that the car payment is stealing your options. It's stealing your time, your energy, your ability to take risks. You can't quit the job you hate because you have a $700 car payment. You can't take the lower-paying job you'd actually enjoy because you have a $700 car payment. You can't move to a cheaper city, start a business, go back to school because of a car payment. And the worst part? You don't even love the car? You loved it for 3 months. Now it's just the thing in the driveway that you owe money on. It's just another bill, another anchor, another reason you can't make a change. But here's what I want you to understand. You can fix this. Not overnight, not without some sacrifice, but you can fix it. If you're in a car payment right now, finish it, pay it off as fast as you can, then never do it again. Never. I don't care if your friends think you're weird. I don't care if your family doesn't get it. I don't care if the dealership guy makes you feel like you're poor. You're not poor. You're smart. You're choosing freedom over image. And that's the thing they don't teach you. Nobody's going to give you permission to live differently. You have to give yourself permission. You have to decide that your time is worth more than their approval. And when you do that, when you really internalize that, everything changes. Look, I'm not saying never buy a nice car. I'm saying buy it when you can afford to lose the money, not when you can afford the payment. There's a difference, a big one. If you have $1 million invested and you want to spend $50,000 on a car, fine, go ahead, you've earned it. But if you're making $60,000 a year and you're financing a $40,000 car, you're not buying a car. You're renting your own life from the bank. And here's the thing I want you to remember. Every dollar you spend on a car is a dollar you don't get to spend on freedom, on options, on time. And time is the only thing you can't get back. So the next time you're sitting in a dealership and they're showing you the monthly payment and it feels doable, just ask yourself one question. Is this car worth 2 years of my life? Because that's what it costs. Not in money, in time. And if the answer is yes, then buy it. But I'm guessing, for most of you, the answer is no. I'll be honest with you, this video isn't going to go viral because it's not sexy. It's not fun. It's not me standing in front of a Lamborghini telling you that you can have one too if you just buy my course. This is just the truth, the boring, uncomfortable truth that most of us are trading our freedom for things we don't actually care about. And we're doing it because we think we're supposed to, because everyone else is doing it, because that's just how it works. But it doesn't have to work that way. You can opt out. You can drive the paid-off car. You can ignore the judgment. You can build walking away money instead of building debt. And in 5 years, 10 years, when your friends are still making payments, you'll be making choices, real choices, about how you spend your time, about what you do with your life. And that's worth more than any car. The system is designed to keep you in debt. It's designed to make you think that monthly payments are normal, that everyone finances, that you deserve a nice car, and you do deserve nice things, but not at the cost of your freedom. So here's what I want you to do. If you currently have a car payment, calculate the total amount you're going to pay. Not the monthly, the total, write it down, and then ask yourself, what could I do with that money instead? Maybe the answer is still the car, but maybe, just maybe, it's something better. My name's Bill Broke. If this video made you rethink anything, hit the like button. If you want more financial therapy that doesn't involve screaming about crypto, subscribe. And if you're ready to stop trading your time for car payments, I'll see you in the next one.